To become eligible to test for a lot of fire departments out there, many of them require that you must obtain an EMT certification, which is one of the minimum qualifications. I've recently posted a video talking about whether EMT school was hard or not, and I wanted to follow up that video by giving you direct insight of what it's like to be an EMT in day-to-day operations. I came across this video by Joseph Lapp, which kind of gave a brief insight of what's expected of you and what you will experience as a new EMT going into the field. Before we get to reviewing Joseph Lapp's video, I wanted to let you know that many roads lead to the same destination in regards to pursuing a fire career. So what I mean by that is, as you go through EMT school and you obtain your EMT certification, whether you go the private ambulance route or you go the medic school route or whether you go straight to test for fire departments, all those roads can lead to you earning a spot within the fire service. With that being said, you being an EMT in the field, going the private ambulance route, obviously you're not going to be affiliated with the fire department per se. Yeah, you guys may run calls with one another and respond to those calls and mitigate those emergencies, but you're not technically a part of the fire department. There are fire department organizations out there that have separate EMS divisions. So they have, their fire side of their organization, and then they have the EMS side to where they actually hire in EMTs and medics to work within that specific division in their operation. I just wanted to let you know that so there isn't any confusion, okay? So you have, private ambulance to where you're just responding out of an ambulance for a specific company, and then you have, the fire department where if the fire department doesn't have, separate divisions within their organization, you are a firefighter EMT or a firefighter medic. You have the ability to do the, the medical side of things, and you have the ability to suppress fire because you're trained like that. And then you also have fire departments that have, the division between, or the different divisions within their organization, EMS division, and then you have your fire division. So you could go into any of those routes and still end up, leading to your specific goal of becoming a firefighter.
Good morning, everyone. So it's about 6 o'clock. I just got to the station, so I'm going to go clock in, and then I'll let you know how my day's going to go from there.
Got his car get buzzed in to the station. See, those go to their private ambulances. Similar style living quarters to, firefighters and fire departments.
We have a full kitchen table, area with couches, and a TV.
Living, sleeping quarters in here.
Bathrooms. Showers. And a charting area. Alright, so now...
So he gave us just a quick, overview of kind of what his actual, organization is in regards to, what their stations look like. So just think of that, as in the fire service at a fire department, each station can have a similar layout just like that. Depending on the size of your specific fire station, it can look just like that. I've recently posted a video talking about day in the life of a firefighter, and they kind of gave, a glimpse of their specific station and kind of what the layout was like. This is just a very small version compared to kind of what that specific fire department organization had. So yeah, depending on wherever you go into, whatever specific fire department or private ambulance company, whatever the case is, you're going to have like a place that you reside at that you are going to be responding out of in regards of like responding to calls.
We're clocked in. We can get to the first chore of the day, which is rig check. So we can go do that right now.
So right here, yeah, he's just checking off all his equipment, making sure that he has everything. Every organization is different. I know for us, whenever we were checking our stock, we wanted to make sure we had 2 of everything ready to go, just in case, something malfunctioned. We had a backup ready to go when we were at our calls. So he's kind of checking all his stuff, his O2 cylinders, his BLS kit. All your bags and stuff may be different depending on your organization, but, typically, all the organizations tend to have a similar style of kind of, what cases or bags they utilize and the color coordination. So kind of everybody on scene can kind of, know where to go if they need specific resources.
So the 4 bags that I checked, the blue bag is our first in bag that has all our basic supplies that we take in when we go to see the patient. The oxygen bag is the orange bag that has an oxygen tank and airways to help stabilize the patient's airway if they can't breathe on their own. Then we have the gray bag, which is the suction bag, and the AED, which was the black bag.
So it sounds like a BLS unit. A lot of units out there will have like an EMT and a medic on it, so there'll be an ALS unit to where they'll actually have like medications and ALS specific. When I say ALS, I mean advanced life support stuff, that medics equipment that they utilize to mitigate emergencies.
Compartments inside the truck just basically have extra supplies of what we have in the blue and orange bags of the truck. So in addition to checking all the gear in the ambulance, we also need to check the ambulance itself. We check the oil and the transmission fluid, and then we also have to check the sirens, and then we also check the lights.
So the same thing working for the fire department. It's the same thing we go through. The engineers typically take this route of making sure the unit's ready to go. But yeah, checking the lights and everything, making sure that we're fully operational so we can get to work and run calls as soon as possible.
It started raining. That's just great.
The outside compartments of the truck have different devices that are used to either stabilize the patient, such as like backboards or scoop litters if they have a back injury. The stair chair is used when patients are up a flight of stairs and you need to get them down, and you can't use the litter for that. And then we have the large oxygen tank for the truck. In here we have an oxygen tank, which is for the truck, and a pediatric litter. In here we have a fracture kit.
Goes a kid.
And a Reeves litter.
We got videos on our channel going over, using a CAD board.
Back here we have some fire gear in case we're needed at a fire. Then over here we have two backboards, a scoop litter, a traction splint, and a stair chair.
So just to kind of throw that information out there, he was talking about, the CAD board, that green device I was in there, the backboard, traction splint. We have EMT, EMS videos on our YouTube channel that you can check out to see how those skills and how those pieces of equipment are deployed.
Alright, so now that we're done with the rig check, I normally like to relax if we don't have a call, but sometimes there's chores we have to do. So today, one of the chores that we have to do is we have to wash the inside and outside of the truck.
Whether you're a private ambulance or in the fire department, all the same stuff, taking care of the units, taking care of the rigs, station duties, especially being a new firefighter or a new EMT going in, you're going to be the one doing most of the grunt work, of rite of passage, working your butt off to kind of, earn your keep around the organization. So that's kind of what he's doing right now.
So now that I'm done with all my morning chores, I can just kick back and relax. Maybe watch some TV, maybe take a nap. Alright, so we just got a call. We have to go. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
So that's literally how it is. You sit around and you relax as much as you can, debrief with the crew, study, do a little bit of studying to get ready, and then you just literally just wait for calls to come in and respond to calls.
So apparently it was National Donut Day. So we stopped by Duck Donuts and got a free donut. We got you too. So we just got back from a call. It was a class 1 unconscious person. We were dispatched and a medic unit was also dispatched. We were the first unit on scene though, so when we got there we did our initial assessment, and when the medic got there we gave a report, and then the medic got in our truck with us. I assisted the medic with anything that he needed and took the patient to the hospital. But now that we're done with the call, we have to do one of my most favorite things about being an EMT, and that is charting.
So real quick, you as an EMT, he hit it on the head. You as an EMT, you are there to make the job of the paramedic easier. Okay, so obviously getting all their vital signs. Now he's talking about charting. Here in this charting scene, this is a reality. I mean, depending on how many calls you get, you can be charting a lot, and depending on the call, obviously this seems like a private ambulance, so they're going to have their own chart. And whether that ALS unit was, another private ambulance or the fire department, they're going to have their own chart as well. But yeah, depending on, how many calls you run, how many patient contacts you have, you can have a lot of charts. So ideally, you want to stay on top of those as soon as possible so that load doesn't become, overbearing.
A call or we're done with all the charts. We can really do whatever we want. And I'm really hungry right now, so I'm going to get some food.
So he looked like he's doing a little bit of studying, getting some food down. I mean, that's literally what we do, and we just kind of just wait and then respond to calls.
My charts, it is about 6:30, so about half an hour ago, and then I'm done for the day. Okay, so I just got home from my shift a few minutes ago. I had to stay a little late to finish up some charts. So today I had 4 calls, which I would say is pretty average. Some days you have anywhere from 0 calls, so you literally don't have to do anything all day. But also some days you can have 8 calls where you never get a chance to eat or sit down or rest your feet. But I really hope this video gives you guys a good insight of what it's.
So a lot's changing out there. Obviously, they were a BLS unit. So you going into the fire department, especially if your fire department has, ALS capabilities, you're going to be responding to a lot more calls. You guys have more capabilities. Now, in regards of he saying, we have 4 calls, and it's kind of like a typical thing, depending on, your specific fire department and where you're at within your city. Some stations may run, a higher call volume than the next station. So that can all change. Just know that, going into the fire service and going into the EMS field in general, just know that you're going to get your butt kicked. You're going to run a lot of calls. That's kind of what we sign up for. This video was a good glimpse of kind of like, what a day is like being an EMT in the fire service. There's a little bit of different things that you're going to, partake in, as in like specific training and things like that. I put up that video of a day in the life of a firefighter. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. They actually put up a great video that we reacted to. But yeah, I thought this video would be valuable for you. I saw value in it. And, those of you out there that, have the ambitions of, pursuing a fire career or an EMS career, be sure to review this, go out and find your local EMT program that fulfills your needs. Sign up, crush it, be successful, get your EMT certification, get out there and start testing, and go and achieve your dreams. With that being said, keep working hard, stay consistent, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good luck, future firefighters.